Okay, I'm going to go over the questions 1 through 8 just to help you see a few things. Now, notice it doesn't tell you to use the law of cosine or law of sines. That's something you need to decide. And the big part here is identifying what's given to you. So let's look at the first problem. Notice you have a side, an angle, and a side. So right away you should know this should be cosine. You're going to use law of cosines. So knowing that, again, it's Pythagorean theorem. It's your c squared, whatever side this is. We'll call it little a squared since this is big A. So that's your a squared. This is b, and this is c. And then all it really is, and I'll type it in here, again, is a squared equal to b squared plus c squared. There's your Pythagorean theorem, minus 2 times, again, bc, those are the two sides, times cosine of that angle that corresponds to that side. In this case, A. So what I've done is I've used decimals to help me basically do it all. So if I'm looking here, I see that my B is 26, so B will go in there. I see that my C is 19, so there it is, and I'm just plugging it into Desmos. I'll get 848. Now again, that's not my side because I need to take the square root. So you can see how I have the square root of the answer in there, and boom, my value is 29.1. If you look at the second one, it's basically the same problem. You're being asked to find BC, and notice it's, again, you're using 16, so all I'm going to do is just replace the value. So I have 16 and 26. Since there was a 16 already, I'll just keep it there. So this is 16, 2 times 16 times 26 times cosine of 16. That'll be 132. Square root of that is 11.49. So therefore my answer is B. Okay. So again, if you have two sides, an angle inside, that's going to be law of cosines. So let's take a look at the next one. Oh, what do you know? I want you to find the measure of B. A little different, just a little different. So now the question is, should you use law of cosines? So remember, law of cosines works really well involving sides. So now let's see what's given. So I need to find this angle. I do have the opposite side of that, so I could use sine there, but then I don't have the other angles. So usually law of sines comes out when you have at least two angles. Here I don't, which means I'm going to have to use law of cosines. So let's take a look at what we're trying to figure out here. If I were, it sounds like I do need to figure out one of the angles before I do anything else. So let's do this, shall we? I am going to, one second, I need to erase this. What I'm going to do is, since that's the angle I'm trying to find, if I did law of cosine, it's not going to work. I'm going to go with A. So if I can figure out what this side length is, and then I think I could use law of sines after that. So what I'll do, again, we'll say this is your A squared. And let me pull up my Desmos calculator. It's ready to go. So let's see, I have my one side length is 16. Oh, look, it's 16 again. That's really nice. So 16 will go in there. The 10, I'll just replace that with 26. So there's your 10 squared. Plug in the 10. And the angle is 78. So once again, there is your 28.9. Take the square root of that. So therefore, I know my A squared is 17, about 17. We'll round, okay? We're going to round here. We'll say it's 17 even, or 17.01, just for accuracy's sake, okay? So now looking at that, I'm like, okay, I know the side. Well, the cool part is, well, then I can use law of sines, because sine of 78 over 17.01 has to equal sine of whatever B is divided by the opposite side, which is 10. So then I'll just times this by 10 over here, and I'll pull my calculator once more. Let me go down here and I'll type in sine of 78 divided by 17.01, and then I'm multiplying that by 10, and that is going to be equal to sine of B. So that's what sine of B is right here. Now remember, to find the angle I need to use inverse. So if you click on the function button, there's the inverse symbol right there, and then what I could do is I could just copy that in, or I could just type answer and it'll just pop up right there. So it'll be 35. So my answer here would be C. 35 degrees. So that one I had to use law of cosines and law of sines to figure it out. Okay, let's take a look at number 4. So number 4, taking a peek, I have a side angle side. I want you to find another angle. So we might need to do the exact same process we just did here. So let's see what's given. Well, I need to figure out what this side is, so that way I could use law of sines. So to do that, basically I'm just replacing in that Desmos calculator what was given to me. So let's go up here. So we have a side length of 21, so this is 21 squared. We have a side length of 26, that's 26 squared, minus 2 times 21. Oops, 21 times 26. Cosine of 118, 118. There it is, square root. I get 40.3, so that right there is the side length. So now I know this is 40.3. So now I'll use law of sines. So this would be sine of 118 divided by the opposite side, which is 40.3. And then I will set that equal to, since you're trying to find angle B, sine of B over 26. So that means I'll just multiply the other side by 26. That would give me my value there. And then if I do the inverse, I get 34.7, which the answer here would be D. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing that in order to use law of sines, you have to have two angles. If you have two angles, and there's a good chance you could use law of sines. If you don't, that means you have to go find all the sides using cosine. Then using one angle and a side, you can then use the law of sines. Let's move to number 5. So here they want you to find AB right here. Well, if I'm looking there, I have the angle that goes opposite to it. And then if I'm looking carefully, I see that I am going to need to know what this angle is, which that's pretty easy because 180 minus 42 minus 63, I know that my angle is 75 degrees. So I can just set up a simple ratio here. Sine of 75 over 13, because again, that's opposite of it, has to equal, let's try and find AB, sine of C, that angle, oh wait, 63, excuse me. Sine of 63 over, we'll just call it C. And I'm going to flip it, that way it's a little easier to work with. C is up top, sine of 63 is here. Multiply sine of 63 over, so let's pull up my calculator. 13 divided by sine of 75 is right there. And then we're just multiplying this by sine of 63, which comes out to be 11.99, which is approximately 12. So our answer here should be 12. Okay. And then moving on to number 6. Again, it's asking you to figure out what side length AC is right here. Let's see what's given. I have the angle. Perfect. I need to figure, basically I'm doing the same thing I did for number 5. That's really all I'm doing here. They're identical problems. So I'll find out that angle. So minus 15, minus 29. It gives me 136. So this angle is 136. So this would be sine of 136 over 43 has to equal, I'm trying to find this side. So it'll be sine of 15 over, again, I'll just call it little c. And I'll flip and go through the same process again. Hopefully you notice that it's pretty straightforward, I think. Hopefully you're seeing that. Times it over to that side. So here we go. This would be sine of 15. This would be 43, right? 43 divided by 136. So my side length is 16, so my answer here should be D. Okay. All right, let's finish up with this, problem 7 and 8. So notice here, not quite a right triangle, it's 91 degrees. They want you to find the measure of A. Well, if I'm taking a look at this, I have the opposite side of that. I don't have the opposite, I do have the opposite side, but I just don't have the angle, so this is law of sines. So sine of 91 over 14 has to equal sine of B over 12 times 12 over. Here we go. Sine of 91 divided by 14 times by 12 gives me that. And I just have to do the inverse to find the angle. Inverse of the answer gives me 58.9, which if we round would be 59 degrees. And you'll see number 8 will be very similar. So once again, sine of 63 over 26. They want you to find angle B. So this would be sine of B over 10. I'll times 10 over. And then do the same thing again. So here I'll slide it over. There we go. So this is sine of 63. Oops, 63 over 26 times 10. And since we're doing sine, my degree angle is 20, so therefore my answer is A. And that's questions 1 through 8.